Okay, and you say you didn't want to be on camera, right?
No.
Okay. When somebody hits a hole in one, can you go through the process? Because now you got to go through legal stuff, and you got to hand over the keys, and
That is correct. It takes a few weeks to do. So if one of these gentlemen here would have hit a hole in one just now, what I would have done, obviously, is, hey, congratulations, but don't move. Don't take another shot. Please wait. I would take my phone and I would maybe grab their cart and I would go down there by myself. I would verify it, take a picture of it, and then call them down.
Take a picture of what?
Of the hole of
the ball
in the hole.
Okay.
I don't touch it. I call them down, even though they haven't finished their game. I call them down, and I have the one that hit the ball reach down and not take it out yet, but put his hand on it. I take a picture of him with his hand in, and then kind of a video of him removing it himself.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I never touch it. And then once I take quite a few pictures, we all come back up, and then I let them resume their game. And then email a picture, quite a few pictures that I took. Come Monday, they would reach out. They would require, the insurance company requires their original playing card from today.
Okay.
A copy of it, their original playing card. So when I go back and I talk to Kurt, I'll have to let him know who the foursome was, and once he's done with that card, to hold on to it. And then he will be sending it to the insurance company. And then there's a matter of information that has to be filled out on my end. The insurance company sends me a form.
Right.
I have to have it notarized with my signature, and then they reach out to each one of the players to verify who they are, did they see it, all that type of stuff. And then they'll come into the dealership and pick out their color or choose the money. Sometimes they just choose the money, whatever that money prize would be. So if like I said, if the you would take the lease amount multiplied by 24, that's about the prize amount. Yes, you will have to pay taxes because it is a winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different amount, obviously, because a lease is less expensive than an actual gift of a car forever. So if it was just the car, it wasn't a lease, he would be taxed on whatever the value of that car is.
Wait, so you're saying that whenever they hit a hole in one, it's not actually, they don't get the car, they get a lease for a couple of years or something?
The lease on an NX 250 for 2 years.
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then after the 2 years, and that takes care of maintenance and everything.
Is that right?
So at the end of 2 years, if they don't want to purchase the car outright,
mm-hmm.
they literally walk into our dealership after 2 years, give us the keys, and sign off and say thank you.
Have you ever had or seen an issue where they couldn't hand over the keys for whatever reason? Like they weren't willing to honor it?
Oh, no.
They always honor it?
No, they've always honored it. It is my responsibility before this tournament is even 2 weeks close. I have to make sure the insurance is called in, that we have the proper insurance at the proper hole. Yeah, everything is set in motion once I call for insurance. And if I don't do that part correctly, then we would have an issue with what you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, or if you're underinsured. I've been to tournaments where there have been other dealerships
mm-hmm.
that didn't do it properly, that insured the wrong hole or didn't insure enough or forgot to insure, and someone had a hole in one,
mm-hmm.
and it creates a lot of problem. Yeah, and every little thing. I mean, even if I've called in for the proper insurance, and let's say my contract for today says the men are to be set at 165 for the yardage, and the ladies at 135. That's the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
If someone from the golf course does not measure that properly and undermeasures it and gives the men a measurement of 155 and not 165, there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem would come with the insurance company and the course, because it's their responsibility to make sure that is correct. We'll always ask, is my signage out on all the par threes? Did they measure? Yes, did they measure the ladies? Because many times they won't measure the ladies. They just say, oh, I'll just measure the white and I'm done.
Right.
No, you have to measure the ladies too, because if that gal up there hits a hole in one and it's not set correctly, oh.
Do they give you a rangefinder for you to do it also, or not?
No.
Okay.
No, because I'm not the pro. It is not. It's my job to ask and make sure. And if I have had to do this before, I've had to actually call them before they've started and ask them to please come out and remeasure. It doesn't seem right to me.
Mm-hmm.
And a number of times they've had to change it because they were incorrect.
So when somebody hits a hole in one, you've seen it, right?
Oh yes.
Do you jump up and down, and you're happy for them also?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, very excited for
Yeah.
them. Yeah, very excited for them.
It is exciting to see one
Yes,
because it's so rare.
and you know it's funny. It's usually 3 out of the 4 times. It's the guy that comes up and says, "Oh, you don't have to watch. I'm never gonna make it that far. I'm gonna hit my ball over here." They have no confidence in themselves because maybe they've never made it that far. And I always say, "Oh, but you never know. Today might be the day." That was I remember that because they actually had 2 of us there for a hole-in-one prize, and it was a mistake. So Anlin Windows and us were on the same one, and Anlin should have been at a different one. But at least we were both insured for that same hole. So the young man that won not only won a car, but won, I think, $20,000 in windows.
Oh my
day.
gosh!
Yeah, so he made out. But here's the deal with that one. He had just bought a brand new vehicle and didn't need it, so he got it for his mom. And she drove it for the 2 years. And he had also just purchased a new home and didn't need new windows. So I think he took the cash.
Wow!
On that one.
What a great day!
Yeah. Oh, he had it.
In 10 years that you've been doing this, how many hole-in-ones have you seen?
4.
Okay, and I noticed that you don't have a spotter.
Any prize under $50,000, our insurance only requires 1 person. If the prize was worth more than $50,000, if the lease was worth more than $50,000, I would need a secondary person. But it's under that.